Good morning, everyone. It is 8:18 a.m., Sunday, October 10th, 2021. I am going to directly and deliberately address, as a chivalrous man, sexism. And I am going to go point for point, as I have said, and I'm going to practice what I preached, in terms of my complaints about extremely beautiful women like Scarlett Johansson, and where I see they seem to have to fight alone in press conferences, in movies, on sets, on things like sexism, okay? I'm going to address it. I watched a video that dealt with her problems in Hollywood, dealing with being put as TNA, treated like meat, and then what I saw was the absolutely intrusive and presumptuous and filthy statements and questions she had to deal with from paparazzi even. And this is what I see, okay? Now, everyone knows how austere and draconian my stance is against chauvinism and against disrespecting women like Scarlett Johansson or in general, and specifically someone like her that I think the world of her, okay? I just think she's awesome, and I know she's awesome, okay? This is what I'll say. Looking at the point-for-point discussions when she had to talk to people and then discuss issues, this is the problem I find with these actions. The actions towards her are extremely presumptuous and invasive, okay? They're going places that husbands don't go and wives don't go with their statements, okay? And they're saying things that two people that are deeply in love would turn into enemies on. And then they want her to be really gracious, and she's really very nice about really telling y'all you're wrong. This is what I see, okay? That these statements and actions, the way she's had to fight away, that it's extreme. The thing she's had to fight, the people are extremely presumptuous. They're going places that angels fear to tread in their statements and in their questions toward her, okay? And then their responses, okay? And I'll be honest, it's as if you see a lack of one thing, conviction. You see a lack of moral conviction, and it shouldn't have to be about being a super religious Muslim or Catholic. It's about humanness. Her stance is human. You could say it's spiritual, but it's a human stance. And this, as a woman, she's standing for her dignity and as a human being. And what I see is no uproar around her when there should be outrage at what she has to deal with. And it should be anonymous, okay? Her fandom and fanhood is great, but you people all need to love Scarlett Johansson as a human being. Okay, I've said she's absolutely sexy. She's super beautiful, perfect everything, body, face, skin, yes, but she's a human being, and that's where she sees that you trample her humanity underfoot to get into her sexuality. And that's it's outrageously evil to do that to someone. It's not too hard to give someone like her praise and respect and treat her like a goddess without going into these. It's invasive. It's perverse. It's it's open, unapologetic, in-your-face perversion, okay? And then she's, what I see at every press conference, maybe not in the aftermath, but she's always speaking alone. You don't see people showing, Scarlett, I was offended by that, and a man with some balls saying, that was really not cool to say that to her. It should be outrage, but you don't see it. All I see is her speaking alone. And that's really not cool. I've lived through that. It ain't cool, And I'm going to tell you, as a man, I'm not bragging. I'm sexy. You've seen my body. I got a beautiful body, okay? I've been called all kinds of beautiful things sexually and physically. But like I said, when the things that they do, that it's just straight nasty. It's you feel like someone has literally reached out and touched you with emotional poop and filth and fecal matter. And this is what I see that she's had to tolerate. It's as if they literally, the way she gets treated is as if she's had to deal with people that are turning into pieces of fresh shit and they're reaching out to touch, and the words are like poop, it's because it's extremely odious. This is what I see, okay? And if it's any consolation, my first wife, Renee, was extremely beautiful, outrageously talented, just like Scarlett, and my second wife as well. And both had to deal with the same problem. I've always been empathic, okay? My first wife was blackballed because all they ever told her in school was, all you ever get is TNA titles, you know? It was like, yeah, they wanted her to put up with such nastiness that she literally didn't make it, because it was like, if you don't, you're not getting up nowhere. That she just had to literally fight, you know? Yeah, because she was in gutter Philly, okay? But like I said, I see Scarlett, thank God she's at the top, and that's why I pray for it at the top. But like I said, it doesn't need to be pretentious. It doesn't need to be patronizing. We're human beings. And when you recognize her as a human being, you would think that because your beauty is human, that you would treat her more humanely because you see her, even naked. It should make you more humane in your treatment of her as a human being. When does seeing a woman even beautiful naked make you go into the gutter and all of a sudden you're like presumptuous, you're nasty, you're saying things to her you wouldn't say to a wife in a million years, or she'd probably kill you? All of a sudden it's okay in broad daylight on TV and press conferences to be absolutely nasty to someone like her in questions. I'm like, the quantum leaps of perversion that I see she has had to deal with is like, it's completely odious, okay? And so, once again, I'm making it a statement because I've done all of these mantras, chants, prayers, rotation, worship. Now I'm being rubber meets the road, clearly basic in my statements in terms of defending her and all women and condemning sexism and objectification, you know. Like I said, and then there's a time and a place. Because sometimes the way she gets treated is if you're acting like you're in her, the people act like they're her in like Flint sex partner that she's completely in love with, and that you're in the bedroom with her, and nobody realizes that. And you're like, I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know you, but you're talking to me like we're in a bedroom together, and this is actually how sexism works. It's really perverse like that. People need to realize how perverse it is. It's a dark leap of faith, literally it's a blind leap of faith, literally into the pit of hell of being just a nasty ass. And then that's what I'm saying. There should be universal outrage as to stuff she's had to deal with. She shouldn't have to feel like she's fighting alone, okay? This is my gripe with everyone. We need to really be human. Love your neighbor as yourself. Treat people like you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. These are the basics of religion and humanity that just seem to be getting lost, okay? And this again, once again, Scarlett Johansson, I love you, got your back, and I would hope you see this video just to know that someone out there understands and stands with you and is a true friend, okay? And not patronizing or be embellishing or pretentious, but I see. And if you listen, you can see that I'm a kindred spirit, okay? And that I'm a friend. God bless. Peace. And because it's just simply wrong, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Godspeed.